Hello and welcome to your daily love message from your person. My name's Liz and this is Guided by Angels. And I'm going to bring in the Twin Flame Soul Messages deck today to bring in a message, because what I connected with in the early reading is they intend to tell you they love you. They want to express those words to you. And many of them find it very hard to do that because they're feeling vulnerable when they're expressing emotion, or they don't want to mess it up, or perhaps they even worry that you're not going to believe them after all they've done. So that's why, again, it's taken a little bit of time for some of them to actually come forward. Or maybe they're already communicating with you, but they're not saying those words. So they're either going to say, I love you, or I'm in love with you. And until they do that, you're going to see that through the number sequence 222 or 555, or you're going to hear it through a reading or a song or a telepathic communication. So just be aware of that. But let's see what they want to say to you today. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can reach out to me at guidedbyangelsreadings@gmail.com. And if you're wondering about what they were thinking about the last time they thought of you, I've done a members reading on that today too. And it was very, very powerful. So thank you, angels. What do they want to say to you? What do they want to say? So clear cards coming out in clumps. So the first one is, I'm really sorry. So again, apologies that I'm really sorry. I'm sorry for all the mistakes and all the dishonesty. Please forgive me. I don't want to hurt you ever again. So they really don't like hurting you, and they are aware that they've hurt you. And they know they've hurt you by hiding their feelings from you, by not opening up to you, by not telling you that they love you, by not being real with you about that. And they see that as a mistake. So I feel what they want you to know today is they feel their mistake is that they were dishonest by not telling you how they felt. That dishonoured you. It didn't honour you. They want to honour you. They want to make it right now. They want to tell you now because they feel that they've made a mistake by not telling you. And they didn't tell you, a lot of them, because of their own fears, their own insecurities or their circumstances. So they wore a mask. And they're saying, please forgive me. Please forgive me for hurting you, for all the mistakes I've made, for all the dishonesty. I don't want to hurt you ever again. And they may feel like they've made a big mistake by being dishonest. So this is also about their circumstances. If they are in something still, or they have hidden the connection with you, or they've denied the connection with you, or pushed the connection away and self-sabotaged it, they know they've made mistakes. Now, mistakes are lessons. So don't judge them or blame them. Forgive them, rise above it, and try and see it from their point of view, because remember, we're either operating in love or fear. So if they are being dishonest, they're not operating in love at that moment. They feel love in that moment, but they're not able to act on it in love. So they're in fear, they're scared, they're afraid, they're worried about being exposed or something changing, or what it means, or they're worried about being vulnerable or their own emotions, so they run away. They are dishonest by running away. And they feel now they've made that mistake. So at the time, it may have been what they needed to do to handle what they were feeling. But now they recognise they could have handled it differently. So they're saying, I know it was a mistake, I'm sorry. But it's also about forgiving them, because in spiritual truth, there are no mistakes. There's only lessons that lead to growth and love and blessings on the horizon. So this is really powerful, because they're saying to you, I don't want to hurt you ever again. So they don't want to hurt you again. And they don't want to hurt you ever again, which means they have no intention of doing the same thing. They want to do it differently. So this is also about many of them waiting to show up for you differently, or they're waiting until they can be different, come forward in a new way, be able to honour you the right way. And that's why some of them are taking time, or they've gone quiet, because they know they've got to handle what they're feeling first, or they need to deal with their circumstances first, to take the honouring path to you, to love you the right way, to make it right. Please forgive me. You may even hear songs about forgiveness, like Please Forgive Me by Bryan Adams, or songs of that nature. Here it is. I love you more than you'll ever know. Now, in the early reading, that confirms this. Okay, so in the early reading, we got the card, I love you, coming through, and I really channeled the message that they intend to tell you. And that's what I said before I even shuffled these cards. And there it is again. So they're saying, I do love you. I am in love with you. I love you more than you'll ever know. Now the speed there, motorbike, things speeding up. They want to come forward and tell you this. They want to express it. But some of them are so afraid because they're afraid as well that you may not believe them because they've hurt you so many times before. That's why they may be waiting until they can actually follow through on that communication. Because even if they told you they loved you, but the circumstances remain the same, would you actually believe it? And they know that, they're aware of that. So it's like they're saying, I love you so much more than you even know, and I intend to show you the right way when I'm not going to hurt you anymore. So that could be creating a delay. And they're saying, I love you more than you'll ever know. So you don't even know how much they love you. Some of you don't even believe that they do. So it's about looking beyond the illusion, the ego, the fear, the struggle, and trusting what you know inside. They give me fear. And I feel that's actually some of your fears being released by just that knowingness that they do love you. Because this reading is more than likely just confirming to you what you already know. So let go of your own fears around the future, what's going to happen, because it's their intention to love you and tell you they love you. And they do love you more than you know. And they're also missing you. So not only are they in love with you and loving you from afar until they can come forward the right way, but they're missing you too. And it's driving them mad. It's driving them insane. Now, I did a reading the other night and I said this. I think it was in Sunday night's reading that the thought of you being with someone else is driving them crazy. Thoughts of you moving on is driving them crazy. And missing you is driving them crazy too. It's driving me insane how much I'm missing you. So it's really taking all their willpower right now to not reach out. Many of them want to. They want to reach out, but so many of them want to do this the honourable way. They want to treat you right. They know that they've hurt you and let you down and caused a problem. And by doing that, they've also let themselves down. They feel like a failure inside. So they want to do it the right way. So recognise that's why divine timing is so important. Because yes, they could come forward and tell you they love you, and that would all be nice in the moment. But then if they went straight back into what they're already in or what they've been doing, it would just hurt you even more. So you've got to ask yourself that question. Do you want them to show up for you, or do you want them to show up for you the correct way, the right way? And it should be the second option. Because yes, you want them to show up for you, but you want them to come forward when they're going to do it right. So that's what they're telling you they're doing. And even if they are waiting for the right time, they're still hurting from that, they're missing you. And you're going to feel that right now. You may even feel you're going crazy yourself because you're feeling the intensity yourself. You've got them on your mind. Maybe you've got the passion on your mind, and that came through in the early reading too. So you're also feeling the intensity of the connection, and that intensity could even be driving you mad. So if you feel that way, if it's getting overwhelming, channel that energy into journaling your thoughts down, or exercise, or breathwork, meditation, creativity, cleanse your sacral chakra, cleanse your energy, and focus the energy into something else. But they are missing you, and it's driving them a bit crazy. Lying was easier than telling the truth. So many of them lied. They'd said, I don't love you, or I don't have feelings for you, because that was easier than telling the truth. The truth was that they needed to express to everyone and everything the truth. So it's not about them hiding their feelings or lying. It's about them recognizing that it was easier for them to remain stuck in a karmic cycle, or in a comfort zone, or in their own head. It was safer for them in the silence, in their eyes, than actually opening up and telling the truth, because the truth makes them vulnerable, and it means change. It means doing something differently. For some of them, as soon as they speak their truth, their whole world will change. So to them, it's like their world is going to fall apart, and they may go through a tower. But they're already going through a tower now. So the tower is the tower moment, the chaos, things falling apart. But things are already falling apart in their life without you. They're already in pain because, look at that, falling over, falling apart, falling down. They're already in pain because they're not with you. So now they're realising, well, I've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. In fact, they've got everything to lose if they don't tell you how they feel. So lying, it's not about them being evil and manipulative and telling awful lies. This is about them saying, I lied about my feelings. I denied my feelings. I wasn't honest with you. Because it was easier in that moment than telling the truth and being vulnerable and opening myself up to change. So they don't want to lie anymore. They don't want to run anymore. They want to be open and authentic. And many of them are waiting for the right time because they don't want to cause any more pain. So they want to show up the right way. So yes, they may have lied about the feelings, but you've always known the truth. And that's what you've learned from it, to trust your intuition and what you feel and know within. So they're saying it was easier than telling the truth, because the truth meant speaking out to all, and that could change things and my life could fall apart, but their life is already falling apart. So understand, they didn't mean to lie to you. They didn't mean to let you down. They didn't mean to hide their feelings from you and pretend, be dishonest with you. And that's what they're saying. Lying is being dishonest. And that's what they're saying at the beginning. I'm sorry I was dishonest. I'm sorry I lied. I'm sorry for all the mistakes. I hope you can forgive me, because I love you more than you'll ever know. Lying was just easier in that moment than opening up and telling the truth, but missing you was driving me insane. And now it's all I can think about. So expect a communication where they're going to open up, tell you how they feel, but you can't rush or force that, remember. You must allow it to happen naturally. So if they're coming forward to you right now and being, you're in communication, but they're perhaps not telling you they love you, and that's what you want them to do, just have patience, because it's definitely on their mind. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.